Alright, good evening. Trying again.
I
Gotta be
hope
honest,
you're ready for a fight.
I'm not entirely sure yet on how long lasting the game will be. Trying the new character though, and see, take 1 damage when collecting gold, instead of battle random enemy gains. What is this? MLA. Muted on a random spell. Those kind of all suck. Every second turn receive suppress. Turn 5, all enemies gain 4 power, that's fine. Preferably, I'm done at that point. Electric Circuit, every third turn, gain 4 static. So. Or evens. Get me that. So if I put that, then I can spend it for 10 damage. And I can cast it again to kill. You gain power, but that's fine. The evens, the tilts, so even gets -1 value. This perk does to random enemy then remove half static. I kind of feel like return this, then +2 it, then tilt it again. I kind of feel like I'd rather just build up the static instead of spending it. Because I do like the idea of just end of turn effects. -2 countdown to adjacent spells whenever it is cast. Gain, what is this? Electrified, each turn gains static. Cascade until end of turn, spells have increased value in X effects. Ah, okay. And then Fulgur, which is, I think is just lightning. Deal X damage, set random dice to X. Okay, I'll take the Aether Coil. So the fact that it reduces at the end of each turn makes it probably a lot weaker than similar effects. But I still want to try it. So, for example, you deal 8 damage, so we will Spread Shield again, and then the 2 just goes in there. So if I do that, it increases my wounds by 2. In which case, just toss it in the other coil. And he lacerated the same thing again. So now I gain the Electrify, meaning you now deal 10. X plus 5. Wait, how does this work? This is a 3. Oh, right, okay. It is deal X damage, but plus 5 if I have. Right, that's fine then. Put on, so I get 2 every turn. Even. Builds up a bit slow. Charges per spell. Electric Buffer. Gain X block if 1. Gain 2 static. Okay. Roll an Echo. On dice spent, remove Echo and duplicate dice into adjacent spells. That's kinda neat. Arc. Deal 6. Spend 1. Deal 6 to random other enemy. That requires 2 of the same dice. I'll take it. Put that here. Get me a shard. What can I do with the said shard? What can I upgrade? So, -4 countdown to adjacent dice. +1 charge, +1 electric, and what is this? On dice spent, shift equal to X. Move the spell... What the fuck does that mean? Roll Aeolian and shift. What does an Aeolian do? On dice spent, shift equal to X. So you need to be on the very left side to do that. Okay, so you have apparently a spell moving issue. Oh, just +2, 2 additional charges. Yeah, I'll take the +2 to highest dice. Spell moving. Not sure how I feel about that. Gain 15 block, +1 charge to all spells on 2 rolls, heal 1 health. Yeah, take me to charge. Pry open. Right in the murky depths of the swamp, you stumble upon a stone structure. It's with its surface etched with enigmatic geometric symbols. Spherical wall stands closed, secured by intricate mechanism. I'm just gonna pry it open. Odd turns gain 2 power, even turns receive 3 poison. Start a battle of half health is less or if half health or less, heal 10. 10 dice, apply 2 rupture. I'm gonna take the heal. Right. Put you in there, overflow that. Overflow it again. Then I have a 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is kind of funny to me. Get me shield, get me shield. That's 8, 9. I'll put that in there and kill your buddy. Oh, that's on enemy death, right. That's 2 6s. I'm gonna tilt it to a 5. Roll an echo. Oh, this gets replicated into adjacent spells. Right, if I put that in there, it does count as spent. Right. I have a call me. Hit you for 5. And then get me the spark shield. Since it just needs to be the same value, putting something big in might be the best. Full power on you, doesn't really matter. Yeah, give me tilt that, upgrade you, tilt you, up to 5 again. Even, 2 of those. Odd on you, kills. And we can tilt you, which immediately zaps. Very nice. Gain more shield. You deal 18 damage, so after damage. Yeah, tilt that. Even and even. Right, I'm lacking immediate damage. I can note that. Okay, think about it. I don't know how... Well, because it's replicated, it might be worth it. I'm wondering how useful it actually is to spend 2 dice to get 1 dice. Right, so that's a death. Not enough damage on my part, and not enough survivability either. What is Harmony? Set lowest dice to X, roll a 3 to 4. Chakra, gain X block, gain gain Cascade on deplete. Deal 2x damage. That seems immediately a lot less complicated. I'm gonna try this one again though. When entering shop, choose a tier 2 mutator. For every 20 roll, destroy one, turn 1, all enemies get until the end of turn cannot be killed. That shouldn't be a problem. I can fight 2 elites, and so I shall. Unless I misclick. So I cannot kill them in the first turn, which honestly should be fine. While there are cases in which I was able to kill things in the first turn, that was very specific, and I have actually only, I think, the fire dude. Tilt you down. Tilt you down. Motherfucker, can you stop? Right, spells. Wind Shear. If odd, deal 2x damage to front enemy. If even, deal 2x damage to rear enemy. Shift. 1 to adjacent spells. Gain 6 adjacent spells plus 2 this turn. Take that. And then make sure it's next to my damage spell. Have an event. Gain Tarta. End of turn 2. Gain 1 foresight. It is a 3-eyed mouse. While passing through a quick lane, you hear faint squeaking. At first glance, it seems ordinary, but it looks up to you. You notice an extra glowing third eye on its forehead. You must speak softly. Its gaze oddly intelligent and scurries toward your feet as if seeking protection. I can't eat it. No, I'll take a shard. And another shard. So, shards. Spend 2 plus 4 instead, or a 3. I'll take the 3 block. Yes. I don't really need to upgrade anything else. Mushroom. Right, I'm gonna tilt that up. That's actually down. You on spell depleted gain power. Which isn't that bad, I'm just gonna try not to deplete my spells, which should easily be possible. I forgot. Right, we will just 3 here, 3 there, and even here. You apply infected. Just give me the sky flyer. I'm just gonna hit you twice. You apply infected again. Spark shield. Cost spell spending static 30 times. Gain 5 tornado. End of turn, the damage to all enemies. Ooh. So that's a better version of the static. Right, we will put you into the 2 there. Even. And then we just go down to 0 block. Doesn't really matter. Okay, I think this is better used as a... as actually just a... actually, yeah, as a resource and not for the end of turn. Get into static. Apply suffocation for X turns. Oh, we have a dot. Random dice becomes Sparky. I'll take the choke. Event. I will get a shard. Lovely. 1, 2, 4. Or lose 7. I'll take the 1, 2, 4. Put you in here. Then the other shards. I'll remove the spent sparking, and then, yeah, I have one more, but I don't need to use it. You again. Literally undying. Shift you up, increase you, choke him out for 4 turns, and then choke him out for 4 turns. So he loses 10 health every turn. It should be good. Set up the Sky Flare. And... yeah, get me some shield. Oh, this is at the start of turn. Okay. End of my turn, start of their turn, I don't think actually makes a difference except for... the odd interaction. Actually, I'm gonna tilt you up because that gives me an overflow. Yep. I love stacking dots, so maybe that is gonna be my new favorite spell here. He loses 25 health this turn, so it doesn't even matter. Another shard. Reroll with Aeolian, which shifts spells to the left. Spend +1 charge. Apply X Conduit. When losing health from other effects, deal damage to random enemy. That does not remove itself. Fulgur, deal X damage, set a random dice to X. I'll take that, we'll take Binding. Remove just my direct damage, meaning the Sky Flare isn't that useful anymore. -X cooldown on adjacent spells. Order 1, 2, 3. -X cooldown on adjacent spells. Disenchant that. Don't think I'm gonna need it. Have a shop. Odd. Gain ecstatic. Even gain 2 cascade. Apply weak gain 3 block. Cascade. Deal damage equal to 3 times static. Deal X damage. Shift. When it's cast on the very left side, return dice with +1 and shift to the right. So you just move to the left. I could use more cooldown spells. Or the Cascade could also be good for this one specifically. Actually, this cascade is probably good for all of what I have. Plus 1 cascade. And then get rid of this. Of the spark shield. Cannot move to tell. Okay, you cannot return to a shop after you've left it. Good to know. Good to know. Would have preferred if you could. Direct damage, shift to the left, repeat and shift to the right. Okay. Gain X shield, if 1, gain 2 static. After damage again. No, reroll me that. Here we go. Gain 2, shift to left. Shifted triggers when the spell is moved. Plus 2 this turn. Deal 12, gain 10. Gain 2. PS. Deal 2 times damage. Roll 3, 2, 4. Undepleted, which ain't that great. Take the shifting one. Disenchant you. Right. So, plan. Get a 4. Use it to get Cascade. Use it to get the Cascade. Then shift you up, it becomes a 6. Shift you up, it becomes a 4. No, this overflows. 5 and 3. Well, that's not ideal. We will take binding you. When losing health from other effects, deal 5 damage to a random enemy. So now we Skyflare for block, and then we choke you. For 6 turns, that is actually kinda neat. And then whenever we choke you, you will shift overflow. So that's a 3 to 4. Right. Choke him. I don't have a voltaic binding, but I guess it's fine. And then we can choke him again. So he gets choked 3 times now, which should trigger the conduit 3 times as well. It does. That is great. Alright, shift you up for the cascade. We'll take binding him. Shift this down, it gets moved up. Overflows. Right. Choke him. Holy shit, that was quick. That was a lot of damage there. Roll my space dice. Spells apply plus my side effect. I receive 3 weak. Which the weak doesn't matter at all. Because I don't attack. Roll 1 Sparky per left. Gain X power and shift to the right. I don't really care about that. Though having that just on the very left could be good. Tempest Shout. Morph spell 2. The Whispering Gale. Gain 6 block morph spell. For 2 dice, 1 and 2. Gain 1 dodge or 4 block, okay. Gain 4 cascade and 4 power. Receive 3. What is this? I don't know what the Tempest Shout does. If 3 plus 4 to all odd dice. If 4, gain 4 Ooh, that's kinda neat. But not what I'm doing. If 1, gain Foresight. Thunderbird's Gift. Tilt all dice. Plus 1 to adjacent spells. Spend 4, gain 1 growth. Also not what I'm looking for. This one's probably the closest. But I think I'm actually gonna keep what I have. 3 times X. So that would be, on a 3 it's a 9. However, if I have 3 cascade, it's actually 18. Which is really good. However, I can't have all of my spells be that low dice values. Because 6s are gonna break my back. And I don't have a way to remove the 6s. End of turn, receive 1 egg, 1 fumble. Right, during boss battle, plus 10 max health. Yes. That is fun. I'm kind of forced to go to the right, because I want that ritual. Pay 60 gold, get an immovable rune. 4 plus 4 blocks, minus 1 charge. Gain a shield rune, plus 2 block. Quite a Heart of Crystal. Yeah, you know what, I'll take it. Mostly because I know the Stone Golem is gonna come in. Or is an option later. Yeah, okay, electrolyze you. Overflow this one into 2 4s. Gain Cascade. Tilt this one, overflow. I had hoped for 2. Choke him, choke him. Skyflare, Skyflare, Skyflare. Alright, there's a Voltaic Binding. And we can up you into the Echoing Wind. Should have done that first. So they power up. That should be okay. Tilt you down, tilt you up. Overflow to another 6. Tilt you down, tilt you up. 3 and 4. So we definitely take the Cascade. Then we will take Binding. The 5 doesn't really do anything, so just choke on you. Already not bad. Overflow this one. Overflow this one. Another 6, not great. Right then, the 4 into the Echoing Wind. You go into Skyflare, you go into Skyflare. Choke him. We'll take Binding and we'll take Binding. The Voltaic Binding also works well with the Sparky. With the Sparks, with the Static. Bladed Wings, 3-4 damage, increased by 4 per depleted spell this turn. Eh. Jolt, deal X damage and apply 2 Voltaic to a random enemy. Okay. Deal 12, apply weak to all other enemies. No. Gain 1 Electrified and 2 Cascade. If odd shift left, if odd shift right, on shifted gain 3. Gain 4, spin 1, gain 3. I'll take the other coil. Then, I need to unlock that. I think the Omkar is gonna leave me. I need a shard. Imp Immolation, Imp Torch. On death, 3 ignited random spell. You are charging up an attack, right? Electrolyze me this. Overflow you to a 5 and a 3. Great. Electrolyze me this. I need a 4. Neither of those is a 4. I can't use the 5s except for this. I'll take Binding. We'll take Binding. And then we just... Okay, actually gain me some static and then we choke you. Okay, we have a 4-4 Cascade. Trotaka, gain Cascade. First cast, gain Foresight. A 3 and a 4. Then shift you up. Overflow. Shift you down. Overflow. The 5 don't really help. You deal a lot of damage this turn, you know that? He died! Amazing. Shift you down. Overflow. Another 6. Shift you up, overflow. Another 6. Right, Sky Flare. Sky Flare. Then I don't have a 3 or a 4, so we'll take Binding, we'll take Binding, we'll take Binding. I do have a 3, but I'd rather choke him. Down to a 5, overflow, 5 and 2. Cascade. Overflow to a 6 and 2. Okay, Sky Flare. Then we'll take Binding, we'll take Binding. Another Sky Flare. Choke on him. And then choke on him. This works rather well because I don't actually need to attack any. Distant voice apply 3 discordant when this enemy is attacked this turn you gain block. I don't attack. Deal X+1 if 1 apply conduit, not relevant. Depleted roll 1 Aeolian, no. Apply 2 if 4 gain 2 cascade. Deal 6 to... No, I don't want either of those. I'm gonna take the mantra. Maybe sell it later. Oh, it's the Jinn. The Jinn, you, Jinn, have the unfortunate problem, of course, of splitting, which in turn, I believe, moves all of your debuffs also to the other one. Yes. 5 and 3. 6 and 1. Right, so we'll take Binding and we'll take Binding. We will choke you. I don't know if you're the real one or the wrong one. Doesn't really matter at all. Alright, 4 into the cascade. Up you, overflow. 2 and 6. Up you and down you and overflow. 6 and 1. I'll take Binding, we'll take Binding. And another will take Binding. And then we choke you for 7 turns. It was 1 turn. This is working rather well. Which is actually kind of surprising to me. A Bolt Hammer. -5 counter dust, -1 charges. Breath of Thunder. Deal 10. On sparks gained. Yeah, I'll take that. Apply 3 marked. I'm gonna throw that away. So you. The mantra is +1 cascade or plus... Okay. 4 to 6. On 6 roll an echo. The Breath of Thunder, +1 per charge. Or start with a Sparkle. Ether Coil. Over on the very left, roll Aeolian Shift or gain 2 Electrify. I think I unlock a slot here. So I can put the Voltaic Binding between those two. And that also gives me a good sink for my 6s. Front enemy loses a bunch of health. Roll muted, gain Spellrogue. Lowest becomes Manifold. Manifold is definitely... Manifold is probably one of my favorite dice types. Gain Devoted. No. Lose non-attack spell. 2 Holy Water Potions. No. Remove Thief Diminishment. -1 charge to all spells. I'm gonna leave again. None of these are useful to me. Like the Foresight for 3 turns, whatever. Alright. Tilt you. Okay, that's better. Tilt you. 6 and 2. We have a 4 for the Cascade. Then we put a 5 in here and a 5 in here. Gain 2 more Cascade. And then we will take Binding you for 7. Then we can other coil again and choke you for 10 turns. You are Vex. That's actually kind of okay for me. Manifold. And now they are no longer Vex. So we will put you in here. Put you into the Echoing Wind. And then we can manifold into the other coil. Manifold in here. Manifold in here again. And then manifold in here, actually choke him. I just need to stack more chokes. What actually do you do? Gain 4 Cascade. Well, could have maybe used it a little bit earlier. Electrolyze, overflow you to a 3 and a 5. Do it again. 5 and 3. So no Echoing Wind, unfortunately. Right. Use the 5 on the other coil. Give me... Actually, I'm gonna keep the Cascade Potion. We'll take Binding you. And then we just choke him out. Actually, Echoing Wind. Sky Flare. And then choke him out. The chokes don't need to have high values, I just need to have many of them. Okay. Gain 4, apply Discordant to all attacking enemies. Gain 6 on first cast, gains heal 6. X damage X times, receive silence. Holy shit, I want this. That's also only a 1, 2, 3, but it should be good. That should be amazing. Hello, Snake. Right, shift me that 6 down and overflow for a 5 and 2. I will definitely gain some Cascade here. Shift you up and overflow for a 4 and a 4. That's great. Then gain the Cascade. On the 2, will take Binding me. Will take Binding me. I hope the will take Bindings go on him. Put that in there. Choke him. And choke him. What are you? Split target dice. +3 to all dice. Right. Tilt you down and then overflow to another 6. Tilt it down and overflow to another 6 and a 1. Get me the other coil. I don't have a 4, which is unfortunate. Other coil again. Get me +3 to all dice. Echoing Wind here. Put that into the Sky Flare. Split target dice in 2. 2 and 3. Perfect. We'll take Binding on the correct one. And then we choke him. And I'm gonna kind of try to just kill them, the heads, by hurting him. Manifold. And then choke him again. Amazing. We should probably just choke now. Yeah, the Voltaic Binding only takes those, so move you up, 2 up. Move you down, 2 up, get me a 2. Perfect. We'll take binding. We'll take binding. Sky Flare, do the other coil. Should have maybe done that first. Choke him. It is great. If I could control where this Voltaic Binding goes, that would be even better. Tilt you up, overflow. Tilt you up, overflow. Right. Everything is manifold. Oh, well, most of them are manifold. Applied for 13 turns. Absolute overkill. I love that. Even then, roll even dice. Roll +1 dice. All enemies gain 1 power. Roll 1 dice. Receive 1 curse. That's fine. I want low dice. Apply 6 weakened 2 to all enemies. +2 counter charges, +2 charges. Right. Evasion. Gain dodge. Unrestoreable. Airball. Gain 2 block shift. Right. That's fine. Vexing Skies. Roll 2. That's Vexes. Right. On the leftmost position. Okay, that's fine. Get X blocks. Shift. Deal X damage 3 times. Receive 2 ruptures. That's... I'm probably not gonna use it. But it's the most fine. I want a shard. So I need to fight a boss. Enemies that will power normal battle have +15% max health. That's completely fine. I need to fight an elite. I want the ritual. There's an elite on the way, so we're fine. Gain 5. Spend 5 static to repeat. Gain 2 per static. Gain 2 block per static, remove 4 static. That's kinda nice. Apply 2 conduit. Gain 12 block. On gain sparks -2 cooldown. I'll take that. With the 1 damage, apply 1, spend 1 to repeat. Tilt all dice to... Yeah, I'll take that. I'll never cast it on its highest level. I'll take the 8 Electrified for the boss. Then put the Overclock in instead of the Sky Flare. Disenchant it. So the other coil gives me plus Electrified, and you give me -2 cooldown by spark, or 5 conduit. I think, however, I'll unlock you and put the Skybreak in there. Spend 5 to repeat. End of turn. Right. I think I'll leave it at that. That means I don't actually need the ritual, do I? Now I'll think about it. Because I have a ritual. That's a 1. Perfect. Tilt you up. Overflow. Tilt you down. Overflow. I have a 4 for the Echoing Wind. Then the 5s are just gonna land in the other coil, I think. At least one of them. The other, I think, goes into the Overclock. And then Overclock. Is this end of turn? Each turn. Okay, that's probably at the start of turn 1. I'll do an other coil, and then I deal 11 damage 10 times. Cast a single spell. Okay. Apparently that is a very... Apparently that's a rare achievement. So I have one silenced. 0 non-enchanted dice becomes silence, and dice spent. Alright, overclock, apply it to you. Then first we tilt you. Dice spent 2 muted on spells. Spell cannot be cast, that's fine. I'm just gonna use that on you right now. Overflow you. I have a 4, so put that in there. Manifold. I need more cascade. So put that in there. Put you in there. Tilt all dice, but those go up in value. So they're not that useful for that. We'll take binding. Then have it on the other coil. 9 damage 13 times. I'm gonna choke him just to be safe, and then we do that. Yeah, okay, I kind of felt that would happen. Right, just tilt. Oh yeah, we can overclock. I'm just gonna tilt all. Have a bunch of overflow, echoing wind. This is muted, so unfortunate. Other coil for more cascade. 1 damage 6 times, 3 damage 8 times. I do like the cascade. That's a fun system. Deal 3x damage plus 1 to adjacent spells. Gain 2x block if one gains sparks. No. Up deal x plus x damage. Deal x damage shift. Deal x damage to all. 2x damage to all enemies. No. I mean, yeah, take it, but I'll get rid of it. Can I fight 2 elites? I can. Right, I need to keep in mind that I cannot kill them in turn 1. Shift you down, overflow. Shift you down, overflow. No 4. That is disappointing. Right. Into the other coil. We'll take binding. We'll take binding. We'll take binding. 1 into the other coil. 4 damage 3 times. No, just put it into there. I take 22 damage here. That's not great, but I think acceptable. That's a bunch of 6s, which I do not necessarily want. That's a bunch of 5s that I do not necessarily want. Okay, tilt me all dice. Roll a 3 and 4. So I can put the Echoing Winds on. Then the Voltaic Bind, actually. Just put you in the other coil. Because I can't really do anything else with you anyway. Then we manifold you. Voltaic Binding. 2 more there. Skybreak, 10 damage, 13 times. Choke you for 15 damage. And then I do survive. Why did you not choke to death? Oh well. Well, daily challenges, let's see. Prickling air. Kill 15 enemies with conduit. Apply 2 conduit, deal 1 damage. Okay. Daily challenges, it's fine. Deal 2 damage, gain 3, content reduced, +1 next cast. Right. Remove shard tiles, +1 it's starting gold. Remove shard tiles in Act 1. Mutate a Pyromaniac +++. Random enemy gains Immolate. Random enemy gets each turn, random enemy gets 2 Immolate. Spell Chaos Bolts, deal 2 damage. Honestly, I don't think I would like to do that right now. I'm gonna do this one. Set dice, lowest dice to X, roll a 3 to 4. Gain, okay, so 4 or higher gain block. 3 or lower gain, deal damage. 2 times X damage. Enemies start with wounded. During boss battle, enemies start with empowered. That's fine. That shouldn't be too bad. I can fight 2 elites, and so, once again, I shall. So, I will gain... Oh, I can do this. And again. And then I'll just gain block. I had hoped I'd roll a 3, but it's fine. So you getting the cascade only after you're depleted is a bit unfortunate. Though in this case I can actually just do it. Ignited. It's fine. You do 5 damage, I will just take the 6 block. Roll me a 3. Well, fuck. Good enough. Twelve damage, apply weak to all enemies. Shift to the right, +1 to adjacent spell. The X +1 if one apply conduit. Yes. So the ones land in there. Yes. Yes, the ones land in there. Should have maybe used the 2 6s first, now I think about it. And it's broken. Well, we can fix that. Hit you. And hit you. Oh, he didn't get the conduit because, yeah, makes sense. So it's not as an explosive on conduit, but it's still nice to have, I guess. Barely survived that. Well. Cascade. This device applied discordant. When an enemy is attacked this turn, you can block. Gain 6, adjacent spells gain +2, yeah, gain 8, -2 to adjacent spells. -2 cooldown to adjacent spells I'll take. I'm gonna try and not reuse the same. Adjacent spells -4 cooldown actually. So lowest to X +1. Shifted +1 surge, did 5 damage. Gain 5 static. Receive blood price. Take 1 damage when collecting gold. No, I'll just keep the secret. I don't think gold is that relevant in here. Right. So we will apply you 1 conduit. And then we will chakra. And deal 4. Then we will 6 and 4. You have so you do 4. No, the cascade only is in X effects. Okay. So only in X effects, not in the countdowns. Good to know. Meaning that gaining the 5 sparks is gonna be a bit difficult. Unless I find something else that reduces cooldown. Wonderful. Chakra. Doesn't actually change how much conduit it gets. Right. I'm gonna put you into the Guiding Zephyr, I think. Yeah. I think the block might be more important there. Right. Get me some block. Roll me a 4. Because this is, I would think, better. One damage. If this was damage X times, it would be a lot better. But yeah, because with the conduit it would be absolutely broken. So I can understand why they didn't do that. 1 in Cascade, apply 2, gain 3 static. Only 4s though. Which is gonna be a bit difficult maybe to achieve, but I'm gonna take it. Shop. Let's see. Gain 12, plus 1 random, 2 random 4 spells, 2 random spell 4 times. Roll 1 dice. 1 random dice becomes Sparkly. Feather Lash. Deal 3 damage. Roll 1, 2, 3. On last, repeat. You know what? I'll take that. And I'll take this. And then I'll make it so that get this out, the Wind Crest and the Feather Lash are next to the Guiding Zephyr. And then I'll disenchant both of them. Artifact. For every 4 attack spells cast on Chang in 1 power. That's probably not gonna happen. Lowest dice becomes Ether. Minus X countdown to random spells. Each turn. Right. Dilapidated Crown. For every 3 times losing health, gain 2 power. No, take me the Ether dice. Cast target spell using House Puzzle. That would have been great as well. Oh well. Another elite. Let's see if I can survive that. I definitely want to apply Conduit to you. You deal 9 damage, huh? Make it sparky. And now you actually deal more damage, right? I forgot about that. Ooh, another Focus Blast. You are Ether, which unfortunately doesn't help me all that much. Get me another 4. Then we Guiding Zephyr. And then we Feather Lash you. Oh, I could have magnetized. Oh well, Focus Blast. Focus Blast. I'm just not gonna interact with the infected there. Right. 6 on that. I'm an idiot! I could have done that a lot better. Since you only magnetize me. And since you only infect me, I can actually just like magnetize. And then you die this turn anyway. Right. Set lowest dice to... I could have just rolled a 6 and set the lowest dice to 6. I was stupid. Incredibly stupid, in fact. Alright, gain a shard, pierce, Trataka, gain 3 cascade. And first cast is the first cast per battle or per turn. If I deal 2x damage to front, the ways to rear. Deal x damage, so turn dice to x. Deal x damage, shift to left. On the very left, repeat and shift to the very right. Rerolled with Aeolian. Spend +1 charge. Take the aimed attack, but I'm probably not going to use it right now. Dice becomes Aeolian, which is a shift. Don't really care about that. 2 random dice. Three +1 unshifted. Not actually. Oh wait, on the delete, gain 2 cascade. Also not that good. I'll take 2 sparky dice, I think. I'll take 2 sparky dice. Have a heal. Flower. Alright, let's see. So we harmony. You are now a 5. Then we can toss you. Hope for the 4. Hope for the 4. Nope. Put in the guiding Zephyr. Take 17. Lowest dice becomes a 6. Right. Put the 4 in there and the 3 in there. So the lowest dice becomes Ether. Oh yeah, Feather Lash on you. And then roll a dice. Lowest dice becomes Ether, then I Sparky him to become a 6. 4 onto the Magnetize. And then we can just trigger the Guiding Zephyr again. Or try and roll a 1. So we can apply more. Right, I see an issue. It's a bit slow. Use the Sparky. Actually use Unifocus Blast. Then we use the Sparky in the same Focus Blast. 4 on the Magnetize, should have done that first. Onto the Guiding Zephyr. Actually put you to a 2 and maybe roll a 4. Nope. Try again. Try again. Well, doesn't matter. Guiding Zephyr to gain block. So he's stunned. I am very low. You become a 1 and then you become Ether. So Windcrest first, which rolls 1 and 2 becomes sparkly, then we deal 3 damage to you. Which via conduit is moved further. Harmony, you to a6. Then we can magnetize. You deal 22, which will kill me. Like, no shot about that. Turn roll a 4. Guided Zephyr, 16. Like, I don't think I attack. Though I can attack. Which I think actually means that I survive. Feather Lash him. Focus Blast him. Focus Blast him. I did survive. Just about. I do like the idea with the other dice. However, I think if I actually want to go with that, I need to just go full on +1 afflictions. That is really good with the conduit. I think I need to just fully hit once per, but remove all of them. Nah. I need to go for more cooldown. Gain Cyclone on spellcast, gain static. Ooh. Right. Put me that instead of the magnetize. During first time an enemy skill take 10. When casting attack spell, reduce its damage by 2 this turn. And still with 4 regeneration, that's fine. I can fight 2 elites, and so, once again, I shall. Get me an air spell. Bladed Wings, deal 4 damage, increase by 4 per depleted spell this turn. Venters, gain 4. If last spell was attack, roll 1. Depleted, roll 1 Vex. Boreal Cage, gain 5 block per enemy. No. Deal 5 damage, shift to the left. Shift it. +1 damage. Gain 2 sparks. Set random dice to 3 or 4. Vexing Skies, roll 2. Nah. I think it's Virion Wrath. Because that is also a cooldown spell. Alright. Let us hope that I don't die. So we set you to a 6. We set the 2 to a 4. Roll me a 4, please. Perfect. We can get some block. Then he infects us. Oh well. Feather Lash on you. Oh, you get stronger from that. I forgot. Set the 2 to a 5. Set the 2 to a 5. Set a 3 to a 4 and roll a 4. Perfect. Do that so we can static. How much damage did I actually take? 17. That ain't great. Do this, roll a 1 to 3. And start working on that again. That's an other. Make that a 4. Then we can Zephyrian Wrath on you. Cast that spell. Oh, the Zephyrian Wrath can only be casted once per turn. Okay. I have 2 health remaining after this turn. I have 1 health remaining after this turn. That's a 6. Feather Lash on you. Harmony the other one. Yes, perfect. Yes, do that. Then get me some block. Oh, you only shift to the left, huh? Yeah, I die here. I kind of expected that. I no longer die here. Right. Make you a 5. Spark into the other storm. The Guiding Zephyr. I think I have to cast it again, so I don't die here. Eight damage on you. 3 damage on you. Other Storm, right. Put you into Harmony. Cast 5 spells without using a single dice. Nifty little achievement. Balasham. It is repeated into that. I die this turn unless... Give me a 4. We kill. Because it repeats, right? Oh well. Win a battle with 1 health remaining. Lovely. Doesn't, I think, give me a spell. Twisting Edge, do 3. Random dice becomes Aeolian. Shift. Plus 3 damage this turn. Aeolian is always to the left. Deal 6 damage. Spend 1, deal 6 to another. No. Odd and even. Apply 3 to Discordant. Twin Shield, gain 4. Spend, gain 3. Sure, no. I will move you next to the Guiding Zephyr. Oh yeah, just take 1 to sell. Elite. Will I survive? Probably not. Most likely not. You apply Malediction, take 5 damage, then add 5 Malediction. Well, that is gonna kill me immediately. Yeah, Guiding Zephyr. And on that. And now you apply Curse. Which the Curse doesn't actually matter all that much. I don't think. But now I take 10 damage per turn. And that will kill me. I roll a dice. It was a 1, unfortunately. So, it... yeah, no. Oh well, I'll die. I don't think I'll continue for today. I'm still a bit... Damn it, every second turn gain 1 escape. Yeah. Nice. And a new start artifact. Right. Well, I guess that's the new start effect. Bit on the fence about the game.
Let him have it.
Yeah, 2 cascade, 1 cascade every second turn. Bit on the fence about the game. I'll have to see if I continue. I think what it does worse than the just direct comparison. Oh, I just realized they have stones in front, so I guess that there is a 4th stage when all of them have their stones. Is that Dicey Dungeons had different power levels of spells, similar to here, but Dicey Dungeon balanced that by having different sizes and then have you arrange them on a grid. Which meant that more powerful spells also meant that you couldn't take as many versatile things, while here everything is 1 slot. which means that there are spells that are just strictly better than others, instead of saying, okay, this is strictly better than this one, but it also is 4 times the size, meaning I can take half as many spells. So I don't know. I'll see. Maybe, maybe not. You will see as well, in case I decide to continue. Until then, I hope you have a nice evening, I hope you have a good night, and